Hey there, this is Troy Baker, and this is a piece of Schmidt.
Okay, welcome to another episode of A Piece of Schmidt, where 3, sometimes 4 friends sit around a table.
What's up,
talk about
Internet?
whatever we want to talk about. We're joined clearly by Marlon Vargas.
Yes, that is my first and last name.
Yeah, and as always, except for last week, Wes.
Hello. Yeah, he's not here.
We have episode 1 up on SoundCloud, audio only to download. Of course, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, like, comment, let us know what guests you like, which ones you don't, who do you want on, what do you want us to talk about. This week, we're going to start off with Marlon. Marlon, what do you have for us?
Well, this week was really interesting because it was April Fool's. So, ever since the internet became popular, lots of companies putting out really, really funny April Fool's pranks on people. And we're just going to talk about, what were some of your favorite ones. I'll start with mine. Mm-hmm. My favorite one was this. There was this company called it was this tax preparation company, but they put out this website called Cube. And it was basically just a black cube that pretty much did everything from being a smartphone to having like a mace built in to protect you from muggers and all that. It cleans your car. It does pretty much everything.
Was it like an online ad? Was it a video?
It was an entire website. It had a very Apple-esque tones to it. So it was like, this cube is the greatest thing since all of mankind, whatever. And it's just basically this black cube, and then there's just photos of it just doing random things. And then when you click pre-order, it's just like, this cube doesn't exist, but hey, do your taxes with us. And it was really random because I thought it would have been something put out by like another company like Google or a tech company or anything. And it was just this random random tax website, preparation website. It was pretty cool.
What was it, like H&R or something?
No, it wasn't even like a really popular one. It was just...
It was like, hey, do your taxes here.
Yeah, pretty much. It's very forgettable. I don't even remember the name.
What Google did do something, though. They did the...
yes, they did.
What was it? Pac-Man, right?
Pac-Man and Google Maps.
Was that it? That didn't do anything like... Because that was the day before April Fool's.
Well, I think they did that. I think they did that because it was April Fool's in New Zealand first, and then they rolled
So
it
yeah,
up.
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
That's the thing about April Fool's now, especially with the internet, is it's like...
It starts
for some people, you're jumping the gun on it, and it's like... Yeah.
Yeah, New Zealand gets 2 days of April Fool's. Lucky them.
No! I hate it. I was really excited about the new Back to the Future.
You tried getting me with that one. And I'll be honest, I started to believe it for a second, then I remembered, wait, what day is today? Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I did not see it.
Did you see it?
I watched the beginning of it, but then the internet cut out, so...
It starts out with the flames, right? Like
okay.
Right, the tire flames, and it's shot in like this slow pan over them. And I didn't have audio at work. I was watching it at work, so I can only assume someone's like talking over it, narrating or whatever. And it's like, wow, this actually looks really cool. I'm totally for this. And then it just goes Vin Diesel, and I'm like, oh my god, I hope this isn't real.
Dude, Back to the Future with Vin Diesel?
Fast.
That sounds...
It was called Fast to the Future.
Fast to the Future.
That was the IGN one, though.
That was one of the IGN ones. They put out
Did they do more?
They did
what was the other one I saw? Microsoft Office for Cats. they do like 8 a year. Oh, one of them was they were going to put Optimus Prime and Titanfall.
Oh, I saw that one.
Was that this year or last year?
That was this year.
Was it? I could have
Yeah.
sworn I read something about that. Oh, I may be mixing
One of
whatever.
those.
Yeah.
They did have IGN did do a big one last year, but I can't remember what it was.
I heard one.
Oh, and they also talked about the live-action Zelda film.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That was last year's.
They
yeah.
did it again this year.
Did they?
I think they do it every year.
Oh.
Just a live action.
Because
Zelda?
at some point it's going to actually happen and no one's going to believe them. It's like, no, it's not happening.
Well, they talked about that being a Netflix series.
Yeah.
Did you hear that rumor?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Nintendo kind of squashed it and said they don't know.
Well, they're probably denying it to make it a surprise for the rest of us. Hopefully, cool. Yes. I would like to see live action Zelda.
Yes and no. I'm hyper leery because you'd be giving Link a voice.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Or are you worried about that whole Philips CDI Zelda stuff? Remember that?
Yeah. And actually more the old 80s Zelda cartoon.
There you go. What about that Sonic cartoon? That thing was awesome.
Which one? of the 3.
There was 3?
Well, 3 back in the day, plus like the other 5 they put on.
Which one was the one where they had like a Killer Rock intro? It was like all the Sonics, like in a rock band.
Oh,
You don't
that
remember?
one was like underground. That lasted for 10 episodes or something.
I remember that as a kid. That was awesome.
I remember some Sonic show that I liked.
Well, they
I
had,
liked
like-
all things Sonic though.
Too bad. So you must have been hating the past like decade then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, that first level of Sonic on the Dreamcast, that's probably the best game.
Sonic
Yeah,
Adventure?
Sonic Adventure. That was probably like the best thing ever, and then you play the rest of the game, and then it's not good.
I stopped on the Genesis.
Oh,
like
dude.
after like Knuckles, Sonic and Knuckles.
Honestly, play the one on the Dreamcast, which I'm pretty sure is on most of the networks that you can download, and then stop there. Pretty much everything beyond that's kind of crap. With the exception of Sonic Generations, that wasn't bad.
I mean, are they platformers? Like, what kind of games are they? I've always had trouble like defining those games.
Sonic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're platformers, just...
Speed platformer.
Speed, like exactly. It's like it's a platformer, but you'd really just kind of fly over the platforms. You don't really ever-
Or just turn into a ball and go zoom
Yeah.
to the other
There you
side.
go.
Yeah. It's a weird game. I mean, it was
Mhm.
so much fun though. I remember there was a Sonic pinball game.
Oh, Spinball.
Really?
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't remember that at all.
It was
I
kind
played
of...
the shit out of
Well,
it.
because what's kind of fun about it, so when your Sonic's spinning around, then when you land on a platform, you can move around for a second, but if you wait too long, that something comes to kill you. I remember that.
Yeah. So Back to the Future.
For me, my favorite thing on April Fool's Online is Think Geek. They always make new products on there that most of them won't exist, but every year they make they actually make one or two. Like last year, I think it was the Tauntaun sleeping bag,
That's awesome.
I would buy that.
and so some of the stuff they put up this year was like.
Yeah, why wouldn't you buy that? Why wouldn't you actually make that?
And make it smell bad on the inside.
I think they did make that was the one they made,
Yeah.
but like this year they did. You know, like remember as a kid the little power wheels, the electronic little cars that you could drive.
Yeah.
One, they made those designed by, or after Mad Max vehicles, so like all post-apocalyptic and stuff. A steam-powered steam box.
Nice.
Looks cool, but it says you actually need like coal or some form of fuel.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's got that steampunk It looks like a steampunk version of
Xbox or
yeah,
Steam
pretty
Box,
much.
yeah.
Yeah. Looks pretty cool.
And then there's Groot beer with rocket fuel added.
Oh, that sounds good. If that was at a bar, I would order it.
Groot beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think the biggest thing I got trolled with was you trying to trick me on the
The Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Dude, there was so much this.
There was a lot.
Yeah.
It's you just kind of not care about the internet that day. Anything you read is probably fake.
And it's really hard to like find like all the cool like PR that all the companies are giving out for April Fools. So you kind of have to like hunt them down manually. I remember I went to the Blizzard website, and the one they did this year was Tinder for World of Warcraft.
Right.
Oh, Destiny did something this
I
year.
know, but I don't remember what it was.
And Dying Light did something too. Oh, Dying Light gave you like superhuman punches or something like that.
Really?
Dying Light?
Mhm.
Oh, so that's a game I still got to play.
You haven't played that yet?
No.
I haven't played it yet either. I'm just waiting for someone to let me borrow it.
Oh, it's like insane physics April Fools. So you can basically like do kicks and punches
And it's like super strength, like punch it.
yeah,
Sounds pretty cool.
that is funny.
Should make that into a mod.
Probably did. Someone probably has.
And then Destiny April Fools.
Speaking of mods, did you see the video that was released this week called Ultimate Skyrim?
No.
So it's made by this YouTuber. I forget his username. But basically he just modded Skyrim into this crazy thing where there's Macho Man Randy Savage dragons,
Yeah.
Thomas the Tank Engine dragons.
Oh, so you just like basically took all the mods
Yeah.
into one.
Yeah, pretty much. There's also a bear that basically plays the Pulp Fiction theme song.
Nice. I've seen that one. So he took all like the most famous, like the
Yeah,
funny famous.
and then he starts playing around with it, and then at the end of the video, he basically he sees a mud crab with a top hat and monocle. He's like, no, wait, this is way too much. And then he turns around to his companion, which is Master Chief, and he's like, come on, Master Chief, let's get the fuck out of here. Should watch
Bungie's
it.
was just if you went to Bungie.net to look at your character or whatever, it would just be dancing. That's it.
Like World of Warcraft style dancing, or
Like Like the dancing on Destiny. You remember? Have we played Destiny?
Only a little bit. It is kind of like the World of Warcraft dance.
They all like each race has a different move or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's kind of boring. Let's see.
Any other April Fool's things you guys liked?
I honestly kind of steer clear of the internet on April Fools because sometimes you get your hopes up on something. It's like, oh, that's cool.
What was the Apple one a couple years ago? There was an Apple one.
Which one?
It was like an. Damn it! Now I'm gonna look.
We'll vamp while you look it up.
Please vamp.
Okay. I remember Motorola did one, the selfie stick made out of bamboo to match like their phones. Which is pretty cool. What else? There's a lot. I remember last year, wasn't this year, but last year Google did the thing with you become a Pokemon master.
Oh, dude! I wish I could have done that one.
It was great. I had a day off that day, and I was just on Google Maps looking for all the random Pokemon.
You actually had to go around the world, didn't you?
Yeah, you had to. But luckily, everyone had a list of where all the cool Pokemon were, like Lucario.
Okay, so Apple had a new iMac that had a toaster oven at the bottom of the foot, so you could toast things. It's called the High-Rise Toast for iMac.
That sounds pretty cool.
Amazon turned their website into what it looked like in 1999.
Yes.
Yeah, they did the retro website.
Yes.
I did see that one.
I was at work, typed in Amazon to look for something, and it took me to this website and everything. The internet back in 1999 looked really weird. Everything is all like bold, and everything looks like it takes you to a different page.
Have you looked back at the old what YouTube used to look like too?
I don't even want to.
I haven't seen that. No. I remember watching like my first video on YouTube, but I can't remember what it looked like.
Completely different.
It's crazy,
dude. Oh, man, it's so long.
Kind of happy news. Completely off topic. The Deadpool movie got a rated R. Not PG-13, so I'm happy there.
Yeah, you were talking about that last week.
Yeah, it happened. Actually, funny, it happened on April Fool's Day, but they've actually come out and actually confirmed it. Mm-hmm. But the video they did, it was an interview with Mario Lopez on Extra with Ryan Reynolds, and then Deadpool comes out and just throws a light in his face.
Now, is that Deadpool movie? Is it an animated CGI movie or is it a live action?
It's live action.
Okay.
He's going to be CGI in the suit. Oh, no, he actually is wearing the suit. So, probably some of the Kung Fu will be.
Okay. So it's not going to be... Yeah.
And it's going to be live action, like the X-Men movies or something.
Yeah, sounds cool. Can't wait for that. Deadpool's always, a funny, wacky character.
Samsung, for April Fools, announced a butcher knife edge. It's like a butcher knife, and then you can, text and stuff like that.
That's what they're going for with their phones, right?
A whiskey vending machine that would vend fifths of whiskey.
You see, that probably exists somewhere.
Do I need my own shot glass for that? Or?
No, he's saying it drops a fifth.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, okay.
But to be fair, that probably exists somewhere.
I know there's beer vending machines.
Canada, beer vending machines, and it'll open for free if you can sing the national anthem or show your passport.
Didn't they have that at the Olympics?
That was it,
yeah. That's pretty cool. All I have to do is be an Olympic athlete from Canada.
No, just have your Canadian passport.
Well, I'm not Canadian.
Well.
Oh, and the last favorite one that I saw was Hulu had a new service called Hulu Pets. It was just funny cat videos.
What was it, $8 a month with ads?
Yeah.
And he has like a dog
ads
appearing in a commercial.
Exactly. That's pretty good. April Fools. I hate April Fools. I really do.
Really? Yeah?
I don't like it.
Because you either get pranked and you didn't want to, or you find something cool online and it's like, oh, this doesn't exist. But you want it to so bad.
Yeah.
I'm kind of indifferent towards it. So I like it sometimes, sometimes I don't,
Well,
just like with everything on the internet. You either love it or hate it. Or both.
It's funny when some newspapers and stuff like that report on April Fools, and because they think it's real, not that it's like an April Fool's thing.
Or they're trying to be hip.
Yeah, exactly. We have to report on the news, and this is news, but it's fake.
Then they have to print out the retraction the next day.
So, off topic, but have you ever seen the videos of people calling into the news or Christian shows, and they're doing one guy calls into this Christian channel and basically recites the Team Rocket thing from Pokemon, but he does it all serious. Like, he sees these two people, they're here to make or prepare for trouble.
You mean like the things where they're like, there's a church sermon on TV?
Well, no, so like there's, so the best one I saw was at the news, and someone almost calls him like CNN or MSNBC or something, and almost from the entire thing, basically tells this guy, like, he tells his story, but he's doing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air intro. But he's just speaking it out, and he gets about 3 minutes into it, and then I think someone in the booth is like, "Oh shit, he's trolling us."
There's also another one where like it's the same guy emailed in that same show, and he basically gave him the synopsis for episode 4 of Star Wars. Like, I have my old master Obi-Wan who teach me the ways of the Force.
That reminds me of the episode of The Office where they're doing like grief counseling, and they're like, Michael like sits everyone around and he tosses a ball and they're like, tell me a sad story. And then Ryan is like, well, I was on this African safari and my cousin Mufasa died, and we all took it pretty hard in the audience, you know, of what happened. Yeah. It's a long story. It would take like 90 minutes. And then they toss it to Kevin, the dumb guy, and he's like, I had an uncle, or a guy named Bernie, and he died, so we had to pretend like he was alive. And he's like, that's Weekend at Bernie's. And he's like, I thought that's what we were doing.
Yeah, I remember that episode of Office. That was hilarious.
It was a great episode.
Yeah.
I think Pam does
$1 Million Baby.
Yeah.
She's like, my aunt
uncle.
is a great female boxer.
And her coach had to pull the cord or whatever. Yeah. And then Kevin tries to jump in and he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do Weekend at Bernie's. You don't watch that show, do you?
Nope.
Why not?
Yeah, I remember a few podcasts ago, like, you want to talk about The Office?
I want to do
Yeah.
Just never got into it. Like, I'm into Parks and Recs right now, though.
Are you really?
Yep.
Do you watch Parks and Rec?
I watch Parks and Rec.
I watched Parks and Recs while it was on
TV.
television. Yeah.
See, I can see how that could suck, though, because it's just, every episode is great.
I know.
After, like, the first half of the first season.
The thing, what they did though was always right before The Office. So when I religiously watched The Office on TV as well when I like lived with my parents, and you know you have cable and all that stuff. Like I would watch them back to back, so I was always caught up on the episodes. And I was always like, it always at the first season it said guest, like special guest Chris Pratt. And then I figured out that Chris Pratt was Andy, and I was like, I hope they fucking make that guy a main character because he's so fucking funny.
He totally made that show.
I know,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, I was talking about this, and I want to know, what did you think when you first heard that he was being cast as Star-Lord?
I was like, I was really worried because he's Andy, and I was like, oh, like I don't know, like oh my god, that's such a big responsibility, like. But at the same time, I was like, and I didn't know what the tone they were going for with Guardians.
Yeah.
And then I saw the preview for Guardians, and I hated it.
Yeah,
so I didn't want to see it.
Yeah, I had to almost convince you to watch the film.
Absolutely. I bought it just to have the steelbook because we have a collector's at work. Yeah.
And ended up loving the movie.
Yeah, absolutely. And partly because of Chris Pratt. He's just so good.
He's got that natural charisma, you know, the goofy but serious guy.
See, I actually love Chris Pratt in Wanted for one scene.
He's in Wanted?
Yes.
Really?
The keyboard to... Yeah.
That's
really?
that's the movie with
That's
the bullet,
him?
right?
Yeah. So yeah, the dude he hits in the face with the keyboard and it spells out "fuck you" and his tooth is the letter U. Yeah, that's Chris Pratt. He's hitting in the face.
I gotta rewatch Wanted again.
Oh, man.
No facial hair. I think that was part of why you could just tell. It was like no facial hair.
I remember being such a big fan of Chris Pratt on Parks and Rec that he had a movie. I went to IMDb and like looked up all the stuff that he was in, and it wasn't very much. It was like a bunch of little movies, and he's in like this weird time travel movie. It was on Netflix like 5 years ago or something like that. It was like not good. It was very, very B-rated. Like nobody else was really in it.
Like an indie film.
Yeah, it was a very indie film. But it was about time travel, and he was really funny. He's just consistently funny. And then I watched an interview with him about how he got famous. Do you know how he got cast as an actor?
Wasn't he like a waiter somewhere?
He's from Lakewood, like here, like in Washington. Yeah. And he moved to Hawaii with friends, which is weird because I had a bunch of friends from my high school just moved to Hawaii for no reason. And then like they were just like, I want to go somewhere hot, and so they moved to Hawaii. It was really, I just never thought about it.
All the way across the ocean.
So yeah, he was like one of those beach restaurants or whatever, like waiters, and one of the people that he was waiting on was a film producer who did like sci-fi movies, and so he got like a bit part on a sci-fi movie because he was just like goofy and funny and joking around with them and stuff like that.
And then he married Anna Faris,
who's from Edmonds.
Yeah,
super cool. She's in Entourage too.
Is she?
Mm-hmm. You don't watch Entourage?
I haven't watched Entourage.
I thought you would watch Entourage.
No,
damn it.
I don't watch a lot of the HBO shows.
Not Game of Thrones either.
Not really. I know of Game of Thrones, so because I really don't care about spoilers or anything like that, so I just like watch the best bits of Game of Thrones.
That's so.
That's how I absorb Game of Thrones. So I do know what people are talking about.
What if Google bought What if they bought HBO? Then would you watch Game of Thrones?
Probably. I mean, I'll pick up an Apple TV to get the HBO.
Yeah.
Now or whatever they're doing.
Dude.
Because I don't have cable, so all my stuff is internet.
I need to vent right now. They put HBO Go on PS4 and Amazon Fire TV. Mm-hmm. And Comcast won't let you sign into your HBO if you use those devices.
Yeah.
Really?
Actually, I think Comcast might be
list.
going to court for it though because they're breaking the net neutrality rules.
That's
Exactly.
bullshit.
It's so fucking. I hate Comcast, and they are the company that I use to upload this podcast. But seriously, fuck Comcast.
So there's no Comcast sponsorship.
Oh my
No.
God.
Okay.
I would decline. No thanks.
Again, we're still looking for Domino's or Pizza Hut sponsorship though.
Yeah,
Lava cakes,
exactly.
You know?
Lava cakes.
Actually, one of our guests is now a driver, a delivery driver for Domino's, and he said if I have him on another time, he's gonna bring my lava cakes, my sweet lava.
Great, I'm gonna get replaced because he'll get lava cakes now.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, those lava cakes, they're so good and so bad for you at the same time.
I know it's ridiculous.
Because like when you eat them from the box, there's just like this mass of oil stain right underneath the box.
Mm-hmm.
Most of that's in my stomach.
It's a mystery to me though, and here's why. When you get them delivered and you eat them, they're crunchy on the outside and perfectly warm on the inside. If you leave them for the next day and you microwave them for like 15 seconds, they're super cold on the outside and then molten literally lava on the inside.
Domino's hires magicians.
Well, this is microwaves heat from the inside out. So it's pulling the moisture out through. That's why the outside cooks.
There you go.
Bam. Microwaves.
How do they work?
I didn't know that actually.
I just know I just push a button and it makes food warm.
I knew that microwaves like use the moisture.
Yeah, it sucks the moisture out from the middle first. That's why usually when you microwave something, it's not the outside that's done, it's the inside that's cooked a little.
Is that why my Hot Pockets are always like...
Well, Hot Pockets are a mystery in themselves. They're either, at the same time, they are boiling lava hot and glacier cold.
So weird.
In the same bite.
That's why you gotta get a toaster oven.
There you go. That would make your cupcakes better.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the best
I usually
thing.
do that when I reheat pizza because the crust will always harden if I microwave it. So or if I get pasta from Olive Garden or something like that and I have leftovers, I'll put it in a pan and then put it in the oven and like reheat it that way instead of microwaving it because it keeps the flavor. And it doesn't take that long. It only takes like 10 minutes.
There you go.
10 minutes versus 2, though.
Yeah, right. If you're really that lazy.